Hey, good afternoon, class. So this is the second recording for chapter 4. You're starting with the topic Sphingolipids. So tapos na tayo doon sa first part involving lipids and different types of lipids. So continuation niya, doon tayo sa Sphingolipids. So let's start. So when you say sphingolipids, when these compounds are hydrolyzed, they yield a hydrophilic group. Okay, so yung hydrophilic group ninyo, this is the group that contains the positive or negative charge, and also the group that is water-loving. Okay, so if you remember, dun sa una-unang video, your hydrophilic group will be the one that reacts with the water solution. Okay? So, in your sphingolipids, your hydrophilic group is composed of the phosphate group and the choline structure. Okay, so a long chain, another composition of your sphingolipid is a long chain fatty acid containing 18 to 26 carbons. Okay, so long chain siya ng fatty acids. Okay, so ang kanyang carbons not lower than 18 and not higher than 26 carbons. Okay, next composition niya, sphingosine. Okay, so kaya nga siya tinawag na sphingolipid because it is a lipid connected or having the structure of your sphingosine. So when you say sphingosine, this is an unsaturated amino alcohol. So isa siyang alcohol, a structure of an alcohol connected to an amino group or a group that has nitrogen atom, and it is also unsaturated. So when you say unsaturated, it contains double bonds. Okay, it is an alcohol group connected to an amine group, and its structure contains double bonds. Okay, so let us see the similarities between sphingosine and glycerol when esterified to one fatty acid. Okay, so this is the main structure of your sphingosine. Okay, in this structure, merong isang fatty acid na nakakonect sa kanya. Okay, so are you seeing, class? So this is the double bonding. Okay, so unsaturated siya kasi ang structure ng inyong sphingosine or sphingolipids contains double bond compared to your glycerol, which does not contain any double bonding. So, ayan. So, yung OH group niya are found on top, okay, sa taas ng carbon number 1. And then, you also have the amine group on carbon number 2. So, when you say amine group, contains nitrogen. And sa pinakahuli is another CH2OH. Okay, so dito sa ating glycerol or glycerol is esterified with one fatty acid, meaning it is connected with one fatty acid. As you can see here, ang double bond ng inyong glycerol is between the carbon and the oxygen. So ito siya is the carbonyl group. Okay, C double bond O is the carbonyl group. Now, your sphingosine does not contain the carbonyl group kasi ang double bond niya is found between the fatty acid, okay, connected to your carbon number 1. Okay, so doon sa kanyang fatty acid, walang carbonyl group na nakikita. Okay, so sphingolipids are produced when the asterisk atoms on sphingosine react further, just like the glycerol which produce triacyl glycerols or phospholipids when the asterisk atoms react more. Okay, so nakita niyo yung mga maliliit na asterisk, class. Okay, so this asterisk here will be able to further react with other fatty acids and other functional groups. Okay, so yung H or yung hydrogen atom dito pwede bang mag-react, diba? Katulad sa ating ibang, tulad sa inyong triacyl glycerol, so tatlong functional group ang nakadikit sa glycerol. So, ganun din tayo sa sphingosine. So, pwedeng mag-react yung NH2 or yung hydrogen ng NH2 with carbon number 2 and yung hydrogen naman ng carbon number 3. Okay? So, you can also produce, or coming from the sphingosine, you can actually produce sphingolipids when carbon number 2 and carbon number 3 reacts with other fatty acids to form sphingolipids. Okay, one of the common membrane components are sphingolipids because they have both hydrophobic and hydrophilic character. Okay? So, sabi natin, yung membranes, okay, the common membranes must have both a hydrophobic side, a water-fearing side, and a hydrophilic side, a water-loving side, in order for them to perform the purpose of being a membrane. The sphingomyelins are found in the myelin sheath membranes that surround nerves. Okay, so one example natin pinagagamitan ng sphingolipids is your sphingomyelin. So, nakikita sila sa myelin sheath ng axons, okay, ng nerves natin. Okay, so ito yung structure niya, sphingomyelin. So, your sphingomyelin contains the structure of the sphingosine connected to one fatty acid group, one amino group or amine group, kasi meron siyang nitrogen, and two, a phosphate group and the structure of your choline group. Okay? So, ayan. Yan yung structure ng ating sphingomyelin. Okay. And they are found in the myelin sheath of your membrane. So, as you can see, they both have the hydrophobic side and the hydrophilic side. Always remember that the hydrophilic side will contain the open charges of your or of your lipids. Okay. So, next. Okay, so you can see the hydrophobic and hydrophilic parts of the molecule. That is why sphingomyelin is classified as a phospholipid. Okay. So, next, you have the glycolipids. Okay, so you have your glycolipids class. Compounds, these are compounds that have sphingolipids and a carbohydrate group. So, you call that as glycolipids. So, kaya nga, from its name, coming from its name, glyco meaning your carbohydrate and your lipid. So, combination of a sphingolipid and a carbohydrate group. So, para siyang sphingolipid din class, ang nadagdag lang sa kanya is meron siyang carbohydrate group. So, di ba, madali lang silang tandaan. Kasi, basing on the components of your different types of lipids, no, matatandaan mo na sila kasi meron silang pagkakaiba-iba sa structure. Kaya nga doon sa starting class, di ba, nabanggit doon na your lipids does not have a general formula kasi bawat isang type ng lipid is may iba-ibang type of structure. So, hindi mo sila pwedeng bigyan ng general formula katulad ng sa carbohydrates. Okay. So, when hydrolyzed, your glycolipids will yield hydrophilic group. So, yung hydrophilic group niya is composed of a phosphate and a carbohydrate. So, ang pinagkaiba nila, so kung kanina, sa sphingolipid, phosphate and choline group, dito sa ating glycolipids, it is composed of a phosphate and a carbohydrate group. Yung kanilang hydrophilic or reactive part. Now, another composition of your glycolipid is the long chain of fatty acid. So, hindi mawawala yan. Always talaga tayong merong fatty acid. Kasi nga, lipids. Okay? So, the lipids is commonly formed or generally formed by fatty acid. So, kaya sa lahat ng sample or types ng lipids, meron talagang composition na fatty acid. And the last composition of your glycolipid is sphingosine. Okay? So, yun na nga, yung unsaturated amino alcohol. Okay, so there are two most important glycolipids class, namely your cerebrosides and gangliosides. So, if you remember class, na na-take out natin itong cerebrocytes or nabanggit na-mention na yung cerebrocytes and gangliosides sa common carbohydrate, no? Common reactions of carbohydrates natin na laboratory dun sa kanyang first page sa introduction. Okay? So, yun sila. The cerebrocytes and gangliosides are types of your glycolipids. These two are different types of glycolipids. So, they are found mainly in cell membranes of nerve and brain tissue. So, meaning, yung cerebrocytes and gangliosides, they are found on the CNS, okay? CNS or sa inyong nervous system. Okay, so if you have, I'm sure that you have an anatomy and physiology subject. So, di ba, na-take up nyo na rin ito sa nervous system, the different types of gangliosides. Okay, so your D-galactose and D-glucose are part of the cerebrocyte. Okay, so brain sugar ang D-galactose natin. The following galactose cerebrocyte structure show a typical cerebrocyte. So when you say galactose cerebrocyte, meaning it is a cerebrocyte containing a carbohydrate galactose. Let's see. Alpha, beta. Beta D galactose cerebrocyte. Okay. So beta siya, why? Because the structure of the carbohydrate, the ring structure, nakikita yung OH group sa taas ng ring. Okay? So this is a beta galactose. Okay. So the structure of your galactose cerebrocyte, the same with the structure of your sphingolipid. Ano lang ang pinagkaiba niya? Merong imbis na phosphate group and choline group, okay, kanina, sa sphingosine or sphingolipid, ang nakadikit sa inyong glycolipids is a single unit of galactose para dito sa ating galactose cerebrocyte. Okay? So you have here, meron din siyang amino group containing nitrogen, and then meron din siyang fatty acid. Okay? So this is the structure of your sphingosine connected to another galactose sugar. So this is the hydrophobic side and this is the hydrophilic side. So gangliosides resemble cerebrocytes in structure. However, it has complex oligosaccharides instead of simple monosaccharides. So, yung gangliosides, yung structure ng inyong gangliosides, pareho lang din sa ganito. Ganito rin ang kanyang format. Pero instead of a single simple monosaccharide, just like your galactose or glucose for the cerebrocyte, yung sa gangliosides, mahaba, no? Chains of monosaccharide units kasi oligosaccharides. And remember, your oligosaccharides are composed of at least 6, no? Or more than 2 monosaccharide units. So, meaning, kung gangliosides ito, dapat meron pang ibang, meron pang chain, no, or meron pang glycosidic linkage to other units of monosaccharides. So, yan yung pinagkaiba niya, class. Let's go to steroids. Okay, so bakit parang naubusan ako ng hininga? Okay, steroids. So the compounds that has the steroid nucleus composed of 4 fused carboxylic rings are called your steroids. So remember, class, the steroids, a type of lipid, siya actually yung may pinaka-unique na structure sa lahat ng lipids. Why? Because it contains the steroid nucleus, meaning this type of nucleus is very specific and a unique characteristic of your steroids. So, sa steroids lang na type ng lipids, nakikita itong structure na ito, steroid ring nucleus. Okay? So, the nucleus is composed of 4 fused carboxylic rings. Okay? So, 4 na ring. So, anong component ng 4 na rings na yun? 3 doon sa rings are 5-membered ring, and or tatlo doon sa ring is 6-membered rings, and then isa naman is 5-membered ring. So ano nga yung tawag sa 5-membered ring natin? You have the furan, okay? Or the furanose. And then for the 6-membered ring, you have the pyran, okay? Pyran or pyranose. So meaning, tatlong pyran, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, no, na sides. And then nag-iisang furan structure. So itong class, hindi yan pwede na magbago ha. This structure is constant. So kapag pinasulat kayo, or if I instruct you to write the structure of a steroid containing such or containing specific other functional groups, ito yung i-memorize ninyo. Hindi ito magbabago, hindi yan magbabaliktad-baliktad class. This is constant. Okay? So, kung ano yung nakikita nyo structure dito ng steroid ring nucleus, yan din ang isusulat nyo na structure sa quiz or pwedeng sa exam. Okay? So, the total number of carbons dito sa steroid nucleus natin is 17. So, bilangin mo yung corners ng each of the ring. 1, 2, 3. So, in total, lahat-lahat ng corners na yan, 17 carbon atoms. Okay? So, the steroid ring nucleus have a constant number of carbon atoms, which is 17 carbon atoms. So, some changes of this nucleus in different steroid compounds include added side chains. Chains is a plus. Added side chains, hydroxyl groups, carbonyl groups, or ring double bonds. Okay? So, sabi ko nga, constant ito siya. Yung mga pagbabago, additional changes na lang for every type of steroid. So, for example, ito yung pwedeng maging additional sa kanila. You have the side chains, pwedeng alkyl groups or other chains of carbons, pwedeng OH group or hydroxyl group, pwedeng carbonyl group. Ano nga ulit ang carbonyl group? Your carbon double bond oxygen. And pwede ring double bonds. So, magkakaroon ng double bonds dito sa rings. Okay? So, all steroids are related in structure. However, they have diverse functions. Okay, so yung steroids natin, bakit yung sinabing related in structure? Because they have the same constant nucleus ring. Okay, or steroid ring nucleus. Pero, kahit na related yung kanilang structure, magkakaiba-iba yung kanilang function. So, some of the steroids and steroid-containing compounds are, number 1, cholesterol, which is the most abundant steroid in the body and widely distributed in all cells that serve as a major membrane component. So, yung cholesterol ninyo is actually a type of steroid lipid. So, ano ang saan siya makikita? Located sa cell membranes ng inyong cell, or the membranes of your cells. Okay? So, 25 to 30% of the lipids found in the cell membranes are actually cholesterol. Okay? So, ano yung function ng cholesterol sa cell membranes? They make your cell membranes rigid. Bakit rigid? Kasi yung cholesterol ninyo, matigas yan siya. Because, tingnan nyo naman ang structure niya, di ba? Puro ring structure. So, it makes your cell membranes rigid. So, para hindi madaling, also for protection of the cell. Okay? Second, you have the bile salts, which aid in digestion of fat. Okay, so bile salts, most function nila is for emulsifying. No? So, they make what? Your bile salts make your fats and oils soluble to water. Okay, they are also known as ano pa ba? Okay, so yun lang naman siguro, emulsifier, and also they regulate the absorption, the digestion and absorption of um, triacyl glycerols or your fats and oils. So, for digestion and absorption, yan yung ng fats, yan ang trabaho ng inyong bile salts. Next, you have ergosterol. So, your ergosterol is very specific because it is a yeast steroid. Okay, so, meron siyang yeast component which is converted to vitamin D by ultraviolet radiation. Okay, so very important yung ergosterol because it serves as the origin of vitamin D in the body. Pero syempre, kailangan mo na ng presence ng um, rays of sun or ultraviolet radiation in order for it to be converted to vitamin D. Okay, so next you have digitalis and related substances called cardiac glycosides, which are potent heart drugs. So, ginagamit sila for heart diseases, okay, as medicine, yung digitalis and other substances. Next, you have the adrenal cortex hormones, which are involved in metabolism. So, ano yung hormone na included, no? So, tinanong ko ito sa question and answer ninyo, graded. So, the hormone involved in metabolism is your cortisol. Okay, so your cortisol is the hormone that regulates the body's metabolism, and also, it is the hormone that responds to stress. Okay, so yan yung function ng cortisol ninyo. So, cortisol is one example of an adrenal cortex hormones. Other examples, so you have, for example, aldosterone, and then you have your epinephrine, and your non-epinephrine. So, at take up nyo yan sa class doon sa inyong anatomy and physiology, sa endocrine system. So, dito pahapyaw lang ito class because we are more focused on the chemistry part, no? Pero mas maganda yung lesson dyan doon sa inyong anatomy and physiology. Okay. And number 6, you have sex hormones, so which control sexual characteristics and reproduction. So, ano yung included sa sex hormones natin? You have your androgen, your estrogen, and progesterone. Okay, so usually your sex hormones are also called as gonadocorticoids. Okay, another term for your sex hormones are the gonadocorticoids or pwedeng gonadal steroids. Okay, so yan yung other names nila. So function yan is for the formation of secondary male and female sexual characteristics. Okay, so dyan yung puberty. Okay, so yan yung function ng inyong sex hormones. Okay, so yan yung these 6 na nabanggit. Those are types of steroids or steroid containing lipids. Okay, so kita nyo, most of the hormones are actually composed of lipids or steroid structures of lipids. Okay, so the parent compound from which the steroid hormones are synthesized is actually your cholesterol. So small changes in steroid structure lead to large changes in hormonal action. Okay, so ang origin ng iba't ibang steroid hormones, usually nanggagaling sila from your cholesterol. Okay, so pagkakapare-pareho sila, di ba? Hawig-hawig sila ng structure. Pero kapag nagkaroon ng even a small change or two large changes dito sa inyong steroid structure, it will cause a difference, no, in the action of a hormone. So, hormones kasi class, these are actually the substances that control, no, they control the activity and how you think, no, the activities of the body, the systems of the bodies are affected by your hormones, and even the way you think, the way you feel, and so on. So, malaki yung role ng hormone sa buong katawan. Okay, so if nagkaroon ng simple changes doon sa steroid structure ng inyong hormones, mag-iiba rin yung action niya to the or mag-iiba rin yung action ng hormone and it will produce a different type of response sa ating body. Okay, so kaya nga nagkakaroon tayo ng hormonal acne, um, hormonal mood. Okay, so yung magkakaroon ka ng iba-ibang type ng mood depending on the hormones that are produced by your body, your um, way of thinking is also affected by these. Okay, so important yung structure ng steroid doon sa effect ng hormone sa ating katawan. So, cholesterol, okay, dito na tayo class. Cholesterol is first converted to progesterone. Okay, your progesterone is a hormone that helps control the menstrual cycle and pregnancy, okay, for females. Okay, for females, and then testosterone and adrenal corticosteroids are produced from progesterone. Okay, so both male and female actually contains testosterone. Okay, so mas marami lang yung testosterone in the male body. Okay, pero meron ding testosterone hormone sa females. Okay, so the long side chain in carbon 17 in cholesterol is changed to acetyl group in progesterone and become hydroxyl group in testosterone. So, same ng structure yung inyong progesterone and testosterone hormones. So, saan lang sila nagkaiba? Sa long side chain in carbon number 17 in cholesterol. Okay, so sa structure ng cholesterol, doon sa carbon 17, may nakakonect na long side chain. Okay? So, yung long side chain for your progesterone, yung long side chain niya is an acetyl group. So, when you say acetyl group class, this is ang structure niya is CH3CO or CH3 carbon double bond oxygen. Okay? So, methyl group connected to a carbonyl group. Yan yung structure ng acetyl group or an alkyl group connected to a carbonyl group. While in your testosterone, yung long side chain sa carbon 17 is a hydroxyl group or OH group. Okay? So, yan lang yung pinagkaiba ng testosterone and progesterone. So, your testosterone is the precursors for the female sex hormones, estradiol. So, yung estradiol na nakikita sa females or hormone found in females, actually comes from testosterone. Okay? So, sabi ko nga kahit females, meron din testosterone. So, ano ba yung function ng estradiol? So, this is a hormone that regulates the menstrual cycle and the estrous cycle of females. So, menstrual cycle, this is the period that is occurring every month. And then, yung estrous cycle naman, actually, kakambal siya, menstrual cycle. Because every time you have your period, di ba? So, meron kang napapansin na changes sa body ng females, okay? So, every time na nagkakaroon ka ng menstruation, so your body actually is preparing, the, for mature females, okay, undergoing period, nagkakaroon ng changes sa body because the body is preparing for possible pregnancy. Okay? So, kung makapal yung walls ng uterus, and then, pwedeng preparation for production of milk, sa mammary gland. So, ganyan siya. And then, nagiging moody yung babae because there is imbalance in the hormones. So, yeah, the physical changes, brought or together with menstrual cycle, yan yung nire-regulate ng estrous cycle. These are physical changes brought about by the hormones, that is included in every menstrual cycle. Okay, or physical changes of the body, na brought about by the reproductive hormones that occur every monthly period. Okay, so yan yung estrous cycle, pagbabago sa katawan. Okay, so this is only for the information na para naman alam ng females natin. Okay? So, para sa males, wala kayong ganyan kasi wala naman kayong menstrual cycle every month. Okay? So, your estradiol is exclusive to females. Okay? So, these sex hormones are produced by the gonads. So, ano nga yung gonads natin? These are either the male testes or the female ovaries. So, the structural differences between testosterone and estradiol result of wide difference in physiological responses. Okay, so the cell membranes are made up of about 25% cholesterol. There is as much cholesterol as there is phospholipids, sphingolipids, and glycolipids. Okay, so kasing dami lang siya ng amount ng phospholipids, sphingolipids, and glycolipids. Now, your cholesterol solidifies the membrane while the free compound lipids make the membrane more fluid. So, opposite yung function nila, opposite yung kanilang function sa cell membrane. Okay? So, yung cholesterol is for solidifying the cell membrane while yung tatlo, the other three, is for making the membrane more fluid. So this behavior is due to the important structural differences like in cholesterol. So sabi ko nga kanina, 4 fused ring siya make it rigid while the other 3 membrane lipids are more flexible. Or the other 3 membrane lipids are more flexible. So yung cholesterol, it makes the cell membrane more rigid for protection. And then, yung tatlo naman, phospholipids, sphingolipids, and glycolipids, it makes your cell membrane flexible so that hindi madali shatter or masira yung cell membrane ng inyong cells. Okay, so the cholesterol level is adjusted to have a balance of solid and liquid consistency when biological membranes are synthesized. Okay, now let's go to hydrophobic lipids and biology. Okay, so there are many important biological consequences of hydrophobic nature of lipids. So its water insolubility leads to lipid aggregation that causes atherosclerosis and lipid aggregation that forms biological membrane. So merong positive result or factor yung pagiging hydrophobic na inyong lipids, pero meron din silang negative factors na binibigay sa katawan. So, una, formation of or it causes atherosclerosis. Okay, so this can lead to heart diseases. No? And then, lipid aggregation. So, when you say lipid aggregation, pamumuo, okay, pamumuo ng lipid molecules. Okay, so this forms biological membranes. So, when water is placed to lipids, it is in a hostile condition. So, when you say hostile condition, hindi siya comfortable doon sa doon sa surroundings niya. Okay, so when that happens, the lipid molecules will minimize its contact with water by forming lipid aggregates. So, ito na yung lipid aggregates natin. So, you can actually form 2 types of lipid aggregations. You have the micelle and you also have the micelle. Yung micelle is wala siyang butas sa loob. And you also have the liposome na merong aqueous solution found on the center. Okay? So, yan yung 2 types ng lipid aggregation. So, well, the hydrophobic parts of it. May sana tayo. Okay, so kapag nasa hostile condition yung inyong lipids, just like in water, they will minimize their contact to the water. Kaya, bubuo sila ng lipid aggregation. Okay? So, the reason is, this is the reason why any oil okay, or triacylglycerols, fats and oils, separate from vinegar if allowed to stand. So, na-try nyo na bang ihalo ang water and oil? Diba? So, never silang naging soluble sa water. So, bumubuo sila ng maliliit na circular formation. So, yan na yung ating micelles and liposomes. Okay, so this separation process is also true and continuously happening in biological solution. So, hindi lang yan siya sa labas ng katawan class, okay? So, makikita mo rin itong formation ng lipid aggregation sa loob ng body. Okay, so on a molecular level, a hydrophobic part of lipids is attracted to water and interface with it while the hydrophobic part separates itself from water molecules. Okay, so, ang nangyayari dyan, kaya tayo nag-form ng micelle and liposome is because yung hydrophilic part, so ito kasi yung structure ng inyong fatty acid. So, yung head ng fatty acid natin, nakita nyo itong blue part, circle blue part, that is the head, or you call this as head of a fatty acid. So, yung head ng fatty acid, that is actually the hydrophilic part or the water-loving part. So, saan siya doon? When you look at the formula of fatty acid, siya yung COOH group or the carboxyl group. Yung carboxyl group, yun ang water-loving and it is the one that will react with the water. So, siya yung mag-form ng interface. Okay? Siya yung, it is the one that will cover the hydrophobic part of your fatty acid, which is composed of the long carbon chains, okay? So, the rest of the part, tail yan. You call this as tail of the fatty acid. So, the tail of the fatty acid is hydrophobic or water-fearing. So, yung mga water-fearing, para silang magtatago, no? They will hide at the back of the hydrophilic portion of your fatty acid. Kaya ang mangyayari, magkakaroon ng circular formation. Okay? So, nakita nyo. There will be a formation of a circular shape. So, nakatago yung mga takot sa water and pinoprotect sila ng mga water-loving head. Okay? So, yan siya. Okay, so ito yung carboxylic group. Now, the hydrophilic alkyl groups extend inside the center of this aggregate and the hydrophilic are located outside yung mga water-loving, it will be located outside interacting with water. Okay. So, the compound lipids. So, ito naman, para ito sa compound lipids class. Okay. So, compound lipids, ito na sila yung mga phospholipids. Yan, ito sila. Ito sila, simple lipids ito. So, your simple lipids are composed of only one tail and a head. Okay? So, wala silang butas sa gitna. Okay? While your sphingolipids, because of their unique structure, and your phospholipids, they are shaped differently compared to your fatty acids. So, yung fatty acids din yung isa lang ang tail. While sa inyong phospholipids and sphingolipids, they have two tails. Okay? Dalawa ang tail nila. Dalawang hydrophobic tail and isang hydrophilic head. So, the lipids have two hydrophobic alkyl groups. Ito ang sila. So, kapag nag-aggregate sila class, meron sila, ang structure ng formula is a liposome which has may butas sa gitna containing an aqueous solution. Okay, so ito, usually your liposomes are used as transporters of different substances. Okay, kasi pwede silang nagkaroon or may laman sila na aqueous solution. Okay, so ginagamit ito sila sa medicine to transport a certain type of drug sa loob niya and then kapag yung liposome na yun is pupunta na sa certain part of the body or certain type of cell, mangyayari, madidissolve itong kanyang membrane and i-absorb yung drug that is contained in the aqueous solution. Okay, so these lipids are not thin as your fatty acids, di ba? Kasi nakita nyo kanina, yung fatty acids natin, isa lang ang tail niya and then isa lang din, single layer lang siya. While your liposomes, okay, so dalawa na ang tail niya and then 2 layers pa siya. So meaning, this black part here is water-loving and it will interact with the aqueous solution. And then at the other black part here outside is also water-loving and also interacts with water solution outside. Tapos yung blue part sa gitna, yan na yung hydrophobic tails. Okay? So, they form liposomes in aqueous solution and not micelle. Your liposome is bounded by 2 layers of lipids. The hydrophobic alkyl groups are covered by the hydrophilic groups. And on both side and outside parts. So, inside, ito, and then outside, meron din. The liposomes has a water pore unlike micelle. So, tandaan, ang ating liposomes, meron silang water pore. Okay, ang loob nila is composed of water. Unlike your micelles na walang butas. Okay, so liposomes are made of pharmaceutical companies for use in drug delivery systems that compose of specially prepared liposomes carrying drug molecules inside. So yun nga sabi ko, the drug will be absorbed only by a specific organ or tissue if the liposome surface is modified appropriately. So kapag minodify mo yung liposome, pwede na a certain or specific organ or tissue lang ang makareceive ng drug na tinatransport niya. So, one simple modification is to place a positive charge on the liposome exterior. And most cells have a negatively charged cell membrane, so the liposome are attracted to and merge with the cells. Okay? So, ginawa nila, they place positive charges sa exterior nitong liposome para mag-react siya sa negatively charged exterior of cells. So nowadays, medicine use liposomes to package especially toxic drugs for serious chemotherapies. Liposome called antifungal, or you also call it as amphotericin B, is used in treating deadly systematic fungal infections. So cancer chemotherapy drugs such as danorubicin are also infused in liposome package. So, yan, ginagamit siya usually sa mga dangerous na drugs. So, to date, researchers are examining ways of using liposome to transfer DNA in order to correct deadly genetic diseases like cystic fibrosis. Okay, so, malaki actually yung medical use ng inyong liposomes. Ginagamit siya in different experiments to improve transportation of harmful drugs na ginagamit lang kapag masyado ng desperate yung situation or lagay ng patient. So for cancer and certain types of fungal infections, yan. We have your atherosclerosis. Ano ba ang atherosclerosis? So a metabolic disease that leads to deposits of cholesterol and other lipids is called atherosclerosis. So, coming from the Greek word athere, which means mush, so this is used to describe the appearance of the fatty acid aggregation or deposit doon sa loob ng blood vessels or nerves. Okay? So, ang tawag dyan is plaque. Okay? Formation of plaque. So, the arterial passages become progressively narrower when plaque accumulates. Okay, so yung sa artery ninyo, masisikip siya kapag nagkaroon ng aggregation ng ating lipids. Okay? So, yung lipids natin dito, fats and oils, pwede rin cholesterol. Okay, so, the arterial walls also lose their elasticity and their ability to expand to accommodate the volume of blood pumped by the heart. So, kapag nagkaroon ka ng formation ng plaque doon sa arterial walls, nangyayari, tumitigas yung artery. Okay? So, nawawala yung kanyang ability of elasticity. Okay? So, hindi na siya nag-expand. So, paano yun kapag malakas yung blood pressure? Kapag maraming blood yung pinapump ng heart, nahihirapan na magkakaroon ng difficulty in the flow of blood, which results to increase in blood pressure. Okay? So, kapag sumasumikip yung blood vessel or yung artery, mas magpapump ang heart para matuloy yung blood flow. Okay? So, that will cause a very dangerous effect to the cardiovascular system. So, with narrow passages, blood pressure increases as the heart works harder to pump sufficient blood. Okay, so plaque accumulation also causes the inner walls to have a rough rather than a normal smooth surface, which may lead to coronary thrombosis or heart attack due to blood loss. So when you say coronary thrombosis, this is the formation of plaque inside the blood vessels found in the heart. Okay, so coronary thrombosis lead into heart attack. Bakit? Okay, so the heart attack, ang cause niya is yung parang nagkakaroon ng coronary thrombosis. Hirap huminga. Okay, so the formation of blood clot. When you say coronary thrombosis, is the formation of blood clot inside the blood vessel of the heart. So, ang nangyayari doon, the muscles of the heart loses oxygen kasi nga hindi nakakalusot yung blood flow sa kanya. So, nagkakaroon ng death in heart tissues. So, namamatay yung tissue sa heart because of lack of supply of oxygen and causes heart attack. So, yun siya. Due to lipids, natural tendency to aggregate, plaque formation begins. So, sabi nga natin, kapag nasa hostile environment, yung inyong lipids, they will form an aggregation. So, this aggregation results to plaque formation inside the blood vessels. Okay. So, atherosclerosis is a disease partly caused by unwanted lipid aggregation. So, the steps in plaque formation are as follows. Number 1, so lipid including cholesterol are trapped in the arterial wall and become oxidized. Okay? So, nag-iipon sila, the cholesterol, they form layers inside the arterial wall, and then after some time, ma-oxidize sila. Now, kapag na-detect your white cells or macrophages, scavenge these oxidized lipids and become bloated, with excess cholesterol forming foam cells. Okay? So, kapag na-detect ng white cells, oh no, maraming na-oxidize na cholesterol in the artery wall. So, pupuntahan nila yun at they will scavenge. So, mayari, combination ng inyong white cells na naging bloated and your cholesterol will form what you call foam cells. Okay? So, your foam cells collect on the arterial lining together with cell debris, narrowing and hardening the blood vessel, producing atherosclerosis. So, ito yung the one that causes the formation of your plaque is the foam cells that are left after your macrophages and oxidized cholesterol join together with the cell debris. So, yan siya nagkakos ng hardening of the blood vessels. Okay. So, atherosclerosis is also happens. Atherosclerosis also happens by improper transport of cholesterol in the body. with the blood. So cholesterol and other lipids must be packaged for transport since lipids aggregate in aqueous bloodstream. So remember, our bloodstream is considered aqueous and kapag merong lipids na present doon, magkakaroon ng aggregation. So, ang nangyayari, dapat binabalutan mo na siya or it is first packaged before transportation. So, the one that packages your lipids is actually the liver. Okay, so yan yung function ng liver ninyo. So, it packages dietary lipids into aggregates called as very low density lipoproteins or VLDL. So, ano yung first step? Yung liver ninyo, it will package the dietary lipids into what you call very low density lipoproteins or VLDL. So, just like a micelle, ang structure ng VLDL surface is hydrophilic and has a single layer of lipid with some proteins, and the interior is hydrophobic, which provides space for triacylglycerols and cholesterol. So, ano yung structure ng VLDL? Para siya micelle. So, isa lang ang kanyang lipid layer. Okay? And yung sa loob niya, doon tinatago or doon nilalagay ang triacylglycerols. Again, what are your triacylglycerols? These are the fats and oils. And also cholesterol. So, the VLDL travels through the bloodstream, delivering fats and oils to fat cells. So, saan niya dinideposit yung kapag nag-travel na? So, dito. Coming from the liver, ipapackage yung inyong lipids in the form of VLDL. So, your VLDL travels papuntang adipose tissue to deposit the fats and oils. Okay? And after that, the VLDL packages are converted into smaller, low-density lipoproteins, so LDL. So from an VLDL, it will be converted into a low-density lipoprotein or LDL, which, so yung LDL ninyo, that is the one that will deliver your cholesterol to the peripheral tissues. Okay? So galing sa adipose tissue, it will be converted to LDL and will deliver the cholesterol to the peripheral tissue. So again, tandaan, saan niya dinideliver yung fats and oils? Sa adipose tissue. Saan naman dinideliver ang cholesterol? Sa peripheral tissues. Okay. So then, the third lipoprotein, named the high-density lipoprotein or HDL, will will scavenge so it will act as a cholesterol scavenger by collecting cholesterol and returning it to the liver, an opposite action of your LDL. So the one that controls the level of your cholesterol sa peripheral tissue is the high-density lipoprotein. So, ito siya ang good lipoprotein. Why? Siya yung nagko-collect ng mga sobra-sobrang cholesterol sa katawan at binabalik niya sa liver para ma-package naman ulit. Okay? So, kapag mababa yung level ng HDL mo, meaning, you have a problem with returning the cholesterol of the body or lowering the level of the cholesterol in the body. Okay? So, dapat mataas yung HDL level for a healthier body. Okay? So, people are prone to atherosclerosis with high plasma LDL concentrations, meaning marami kang cholesterol present in your peripheral tissue. So, kung mas mataas yung LDL concentration mo, possible na magkakaroon ka ng atherosclerosis. Even if yung diet mo is low cholesterol diet. Okay, so kahit gaano pa yung pagiging healthy living mo, kung mataas yung level ng LDL, possible pa rin ang atherosclerosis. However, large amounts of HDL appear to prevent plaque formation And HDL levels can be increased by strenuous exercise, weight loss, and administration of estradiol. Okay, so dapat, sabi nga nila dapat daw araw-araw nag-exercise tayo. Okay, so for more healthier body. So to prevent atherosclerosis, most common drug treatments are made to reduce the serum cholesterol level. Okay, so to prevent atherosclerosis, most common drug treatments are made of to reduce the serum cholesterol level. So ito yung mga types ng ating anti-cholesterol drugs. So first, okay, so steps ito no, to prevent atherosclerosis. First is increasing the HDL levels, which decrease triacylglyceride production. Okay, so ito yung first type ng drug. Okay, increase na yung level ng high-density lipoproteins. Okay, so kapag nagkaroon ng mataas na level ng high-density lipoproteins, okay, so meaning marami ang nagko-collect no, or nag-scavenge ng mga extra cholesterol sa body at binabalik niya yun sa liver. Kaya bumababa ang level of cholesterol in the body. So, decrease in, it also causes decrease in triacylglyceride or fats and oil production. Okay, so the inhibiting metabolic synthesis of cholesterol. So, ito siya, yung paggawa talaga ng production ng cholesterol ang kanyang binablock. Third is increasing excretion of cholesterol derivatives like the bile acids. So, sabi nga natin, your bile acids are the ones that regulate the ingestion of fats and absorption of fats, okay, to the bloodstream. So, kailangan this type of drugs, they increase the excretion. So, pinapalabas nila yung sobrang cholesterol derivatives such as bile acids. So, kapag nag-decrease bile acids in the body, wala na mag-perform ng digestion ng fats and hindi na rin ganun kadami yung na-absorb na fat in the body. Okay. Or, pwede rin combination of the three steps itong tatlo. So, each drug treatment focus on lowering the body's cholesterol production and storage. And the person must have a low cholesterol diet. So, combination dapat ng action ng drug and also ng effort ng individual. Yung individual dapat make sure din na yung kanyang ini-intake na food are low in cholesterol. So, to lower triacylglyceride or fats and oil levels and increase HDL levels, use the fibrate drugs such as LIPIDS and Tricor. Okay, so brand name nila yan. Ang action nila, they lower the fats and oil levels and they increase the HDL level. On the other hand, if you want to block the metabolic production of cholesterol, meaning hindi na pinuproduce yung cholesterol through metabolic, or kasi 80%, you have 80% of the body's total cholesterol is coming from metabolic production. Yun ang galing sa ating metabolism, yung 80% ng cholesterol found in the body. So, if you block the metabolic production of cholesterol, then you are decreasing the level of cholesterol in the body. So, what type of drugs do this? You have the statin drugs. So, yung name ng brands, you have Levacor, Lipitor, and Zofar. So, they effective sila in lowering serum of cholesterol kasi nga 80% of the body's total cholesterol is reduced metabolically. You also have resin drugs such as Colestid and Costran. They bind the bile acids and will be excreted, which result to decrease in cholesterol cholesterol level. But because bile acids are made from cholesterol. So sabi ko nga, kapag wala na masyadong bile acids, okay, so kapag hindi ganun kataas yung level ng bile acids, lesser din yung ma-absorb ng body ng fats and oils. Okay, so the same effect happens by using soluble dietary fiber. Ito siya ang organic way of preventing atherosclerosis. You will intake or kakain ka ng mga dietary fibers found in fruits and plants. Okay, so such as your oats and barley meals, which significantly decrease serum of cholesterol. So another way to lower cholesterol is by decreasing the intestinal absorption of cholesterol. This is done by certain plant sterols. And the scientists have made modified plant sterol and placed it in special margarines. Okay, so ito sila kinakain. Ito sila ng mga drugs. Okay, so Benecol had cytostanol ester and take control. Ito ha, mga brand itong Benecol and take control. Okay, so yung cytostanol and cytosterol for your take control, these are the drugs contained in each product. So the two, they have shown to decrease serum cholesterol level about 10% to 20% when those margarines are eaten daily, okay, with a consumption level of 1 to 2 grams per serving. Okay, so meron tayong drugs or medicine, meron din tayong margarines na pwedeng pagpababa ng cholesterol or serum cholesterol level. Now, let's go to biological membranes. So, the thin semi-permeable cellular barriers are called biological membranes. So, their function is to exclude dangerous chemicals from the cell while allowing nutrients to enter. So, ito sila, pwede mo silang friend, pwede mo rin silang enemy. Okay, enemy nila yung mga water-soluble molecules and friend nila yung nutrients, okay, that are needed by the cell. So, they also confine special molecules to specific sections of the cell. The membrane can be effectively barriers only if they impede the movement of hydrophilic water-soluble molecules. Okay, so effective lang, masasabi mo effective yung membrane kapag napigilan niya yung movement ng isang water-soluble molecule. So, almost all dangerous chemicals, nutrients, and special molecules are water-soluble. So, yan yung dahilan. Bakit pa yung cell membrane always niya pinipigil yung mga water-soluble molecules? Because most of the dangerous substances that are present on the outside of the cell are water-soluble. So, meaning, malamang yung mga water-solubles na surrounding the cell are containing pathogenic or dangerous chemicals. A membrane must have some special properties to act as a barrier. So the bulk of a membrane must be hydrophobic and to exclude water and water solutes. It necessarily touches the water both inside and outside the cell. Okay, so the surface of the membrane must be hydrophilic. Okay, so always remember the surfaces of your membranes, they are always hydrophilic, so meron yan siyang importance, okay, to protect the inside hydrophobic interior. So, sila yung parang pain, or sacrifice to the water molecules. Okay, so it is visualized like a piece of laminated plywood as layered. So, hydrophobic interior provides the barrier and the hydrophilic exterior interacts with aqueous environment. So, the cell uses lipids to give the membrane hydrophobic. Okay. Recording. Wait lang. Okay, so recording. Ayan. Okay. So, sorry for the interruption. Okay, so the cell uses lipids to give membrane hydrophobic nature. pa tayo. Okay, so 2 types of plywood. Okay, so the cell uses lipids to give membranes hydrophobic nature. Both the hydrophobic and hydrophilic portions of a membrane can be assembled by selecting the right lipids. So yung tamang lipids dapat na ginagamit. There are several classes of membrane lipids, but most important are the phospholipids and sphingolipids. Remember class, kapag cell membrane ang pinag-uusapan, sphingolipids and phospholipids ang included dyan. So naturally, membrane lipids aggregate to form lipid bilayers, which is composed of 2 adjoining layers of lipid molecules in such a way that their hydrophobic portions form bilayer interior and hydrophilic portions. So nakita nyo dito, eto. Lipid bilayer siya kasi nga dalawa yung layer ng kanyang lipids. Okay? So, parang may correction ata yun dito. Hydrophobic and okay. Dito class. So ito siya the hydrophobic part of the lipids. Hydrophilic ito dapat class. Hydrophilic part ang attracted to water in the interface, while hydrophobic part separates itself from the water molecule. So yan yung correction. Okay, let's go back. So, ayan, sabi ko nga, lipid bilayer kasi 2 layers of lipids. Okay? Yung included sa inyong phospholipids and sphingolipids. So, this barrier has an oily or fluid appearance because of lipids. Yun yung lipid bilayer. It is more fluid if there are more unsaturated fatty acids in the membrane. So, remember, presence of unsaturated fatty acids will make your lipid bilayer to solidify. On the other hand, kapag saturated fatty acids naman, fluid siya. Okay? So, cholesterol makes the membrane less fluid. Fluidity of membranes have significant effect on cell function. So, general anesthetics like ether and halothane are effective partly because they dissolve in membranes, changing the fluidity of the lipid bilayer. So during severe cirrhosis of the liver or cirrhosis of the liver, large amount of cholesterol is abnormally taken by the red cells or red blood cells into their membrane. So kapag nagkaroon na cirrhosis yung inyong liver, more than enough yung kinukuha ng cholesterol ng red blood cells sa kanilang membrane. And this will result to a fluid membrane. Nawawala yung kanilang magiging solid. So the red blood cells become more rigid. Okay, resulting to less fluid membrane. Okay, so nawawala yung kanilang fluidity. So mas tumitigas yung inyong red blood cells because of the loss of fluidity of the membrane. Kasi nga, mas marami siya cholesterol na nakuha. Okay? So, the red blood cells become more rigid and cannot pass through capillaries. So, yung capillaries natin, yung structure kasi ng red blood cells, they must be flexible, no? Para mapilo-pilo sila sa maliliit na blood vessels, just like your capillaries, which are the smallest type of blood vessels. Now, if hindi sila rigid, hindi sila makakalusot doon if rigid sila, hindi sila makakalusot doon sa inyong capillaries kasi nga, they nawala yung kanilang elasticity to bend, no? So, they will be eventually destroyed. So, the lipid bilayers form spontaneously because of the ability of lipids to aggregate. So, always tayo magkakaroon ng lipid bilayers because our lipids are naturally able to aggregate. This barrier forms with both the hydrophobic interior and hydrophilic exterior. So, parang paulit-ulit na lang siya. It provides the basis of biological membrane. According to scientists, lipid bilayers must have spontaneously aggregated once lipid-like molecules were formed on primal Earth. So, noon pa lang class, meron na tayong lipid-like molecules. Kahit yung wala pang humans, nabuo sa mundo, meron na tayong lipid-like molecules. So this is used as boundaries when primitive cells first develop. So yung pinakaunang types of cells na produce dito sa Earth, meron na rin silang lipid bilayer. So a membrane must function as more than just a barrier, such as allowing molecules from one side of the bilayer to other or to pass through sa other side. Okay? So this is a very essential part of life. However, many molecules have difficulty passing lipid bilayer. How can it stay? So my question tayo, how can it allow some hydrophilic molecules to cross while excluding others? So hindi naman lahat ng molecules or substances binablock ng ating lipid bilayer. So meron siyang mga inaalaw na pumapasok. Yun yung kanyang tinatawag nating friends. Okay? So saan dumadaan yung nutrients na kailangan ng cell? Doon sa ating proteins. Through the use of your proteins found in the lipid bilayer. So specific molecules are transported using protein through the hydrophobic interior. Okay, so protein recognizes specific molecules on the exterior of the cell. Okay, so sila yung nagde-detect, no, kung ang proteins are the ones that detects the molecules that shall enter your cell or recognizes the substances that are needed by your cell. Okay, so it provides a tunnel through the membrane for selected nutrients. So parang tunnel yung protein. Sa kanila dumadaan yung selected nutrients. If the transport of molecules through proteins do not use energy, it is called facilitated diffusion. Okay, yung walang use ng energy, ang tawag sa kanila is facilitated diffusion. So nakuha nyo na rin ito class sa inyong anatomy and physiology. So some transport requires energy when molecules are moving from a low concentration area to a high concentration area. So natural kasi class na ang flow natin ng diffusion is from a high concentration area to a low concentration area. And that does not need any energy. Okay? Pero kapag nanggaling siya sa low concentration, papunta sa high concentration, like that, you will need or it requires energy. Okay? And you call that as active transport. So the direction of flow of molecules is opposite to diffusion. So yung diffusion natin from low or from high to low concentration. So the complete cellular membrane must have both lipid and protein. Okay, so kailangan may presence ng lipids and proteins sa cell membrane, which is composed of about, okay, so ito yung composition ng cell membrane niya dapat. That's 60% protein, 25% phospholipid, 10% cholesterol, and 5% sphingolipid. So in the fluid mosaic model, the fluid lipid bilayer is embedded with many solid proteins. Okay, so fluid yung inyong lipid bilayer and then meron siyang mga nakalagay na solid proteins. So yan yung tinatawag na fluid mosaic model. Okay, itong model na ito pinapakita kung ano yung components ng inyong cellular membrane. So i-search nyo class yung picture niya. You can see the image of the fluid mosaic model. So the proteins form a random pattern on the outer surface of the oily membrane. The proteins on the surface is an extrinsic membrane protein, and the proteins inside the lipid bilayer is an intrinsic membrane protein. So yung proteins na nakikita sa labas ng surface ng cell membrane, you call them as protein or extrinsic membrane protein. Yung mga proteins naman na nasa loob ng lipid bilayer, you call them as intrinsic membrane protein. So again, ang function ng inyong proteins is it serves as a tunnel, or it serves as a transporter of nutrients. So coming from the outside, and it will be allowed to enter or cross the lipid bilayer. So yan siya. Okay, so that ends your chapter 4, part 2. So I hope that you will watch this video para meron kasing mga certain parts dito na kailangan kong i-explain. Okay, so I hope may naiintindihan kayo and uh, after this, you will have, so probably next week, or no, not next week, maybe on Friday, you will have the quiz, no? Quiz for this whole chapter. So, hindi ko na iniba yung quiz class, hindi ko nag part 1, part 2. Whole na. Buong chapter na yung quiz. So, pwede objectives and then merong writing structures. Okay, so please prepare for the quiz and study well. So, that's all class and goodbye.